Hi, and
Welcome to the Health Chronicles of Ronia!
I'm Ronny, and I started this channel as a kind of digital diary / soundboard of sorts, where I'll be documenting and sharing my experience in the pursuit of health and wellness. I'll be exploring conventional and unconventional methods of medicine, and hope to inspire some spicy conversation about the current state of healthcare and what things might look like in the future. For those of you who already know me, hey. For those of you who don't, I'm your average suburban-raised millennial male who had regular dental and physical care growing up, but I haven't seen a doctor in the last 10 to 15 years. Normal. I've had several injuries over the years for which I take medication, but no serious illnesses or diseases that I know of. I was born with a condition called talipes equinovarus, otherwise commonly known as club foot, which is a birth defect wherein the foot is twisted out of shape or position, and in my case, I needed surgery and more corrective braces for the first few years of my childhood. The doctor recommended regular foot stretching, and then I wear shoes with insoles, but I never had the patience to stretch my feet regularly, and insoles always felt weird, so I never wore them. And I never felt like not wearing them was ever an issue, so I always ever just bought and wore normal shoes, until recently. I was into all the really cool and totally not dangerous at all sports like snowboarding, wakeboarding, running up and down mountains with no sense of self-preservation, and of course baseball. So my joints have definitely seen their fair share of wear and tear. But it's really only been recently that I've started feeling pain in my knees and in my sacrum area, usually from hiking long distances with significant elevation gains or doing lower body workouts at the gym with what I'm sure is terrible form. And I probably would have never made the connection except for that I recently started working at this medical clinic in their marketing department, which is actually part of the reason I'm making this channel. More on that later, but I was kind of hobbling around set one day and the doctor noticed and commented, and I explained, oh yeah, I tweaked my back the night before working out, and he was like, oh yeah, I've noticed you often stand kind of imbalanced. Do you have some sort of like leg length discrepancy? And I explained, oh yeah, I have this condition called club foot. And he goes, oh yeah, that may actually present some serious arthritic complications later if not addressed. And that's kind of when it dawned on me that, oh yeah, you're probably right, I should probably do something about that. Long story short, they've since graciously offered to provide various treatments and therapies to help me as I work to correct and heal from decades of poor posture, and I've agreed to document my journey so that y'all can have a right juicy peek into the top tier care that they serve up there on the regular. You know, I work there, so I just will be singing their praises, but hopefully this gives you guys some idea, gives you some look at what treatments look like at Denali. That said, most of the work I do these days is quite sedentary, usually just light studio setups, editing, and the occasional vinyl installation job. I've otherwise stayed fairly active with things like hiking, backpacking, and regular gym attendance, usually 3 to 4 days a week, about an hour at a time. But I wouldn't call myself an athlete by any stretch. I eat okay. Not particularly healthy, but also not garbage. Tonight we're having roasted cauliflower steaks and sun-dried tomato sauce of some kind. I've never taken any hard drugs, but I do my part in keeping alcohol makers in business. Salud. I do sleep well most nights, and I don't always eat past 7 p.m., but this hasn't always been the case, and things have definitely looked worse. I'm excited to share my experience here, but I'm feeling very vulnerable and overwhelmed. This is definitely pushing me out of my comfort zone, and so expect me to be a little guarded. Be patient, be kind, but otherwise enjoy the show. And without further ado, I give to you the Health Chronicles of Ronia.